Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Turning the Dial 2024. Please do take your seats and we'll get underway. My name's Josh Byrne and I'm delighted to be your MC for today. I wear a few hats in my working life, and this is one of those events where it sits well and truly within the wheelhouse of all of them. So I'm Dean of Sustainable Futures in the Faculty of Humanities at Curtin University. I run a consulting practice in the built environment sector where waste avoidance and resource recovery is a key component of what we do. I also sit on the Waste Authority of WA and have been in that role for a little over 4 years now, of course helping to shape and drive the West Australian waste avoidance and resource recovery strategy, which is currently going through its issue for community and stakeholder engagement for the next strategy, with a shift to focus on circular economy. So please do keep an eye out for that, and we look forward to your feedback over the next 6 months of that process. I'm also a presenter on ABC Gardening Australia, my passion job, and I've been in that role for 22 years now. And of course you would know from that, our focus on the show is very much around local food production, community engagement, opportunities to move from a linear economy to a circular economy, from the garden scale to the community scale, and when we get the freedom to do bigger stories, at a regional scale as well. So all of these roles, of course, are about one important thing. How do we move towards a more sustainable future? How do we empower individuals, organisations and communities to do it? And this is one of these conferences that help support that mission. As the event title suggests, Turning the Dial is about tuning in, cranking it up, accelerating. In the context of why we are here today, Turning the Dial is about accelerating the adoption of circular economy initiatives within the Western Australian food and beverage manufacturing sector. Over the course of the day, you will have the chance to hear more from more than 30 industry experts, researchers, entrepreneurs and leaders, each sharing tips and recommendations to help you continue to increase your adoption of sustainable circular initiatives. The program features keynote speeches, panel sessions, workshops, and is supported by an exhibition. You'll have the opportunity to directly engage with exhibitors, presenters and delegates during the program intervals and during the Sundowner event. It's literally all here for you. So let's get things underway. It's with great pleasure that I invite Ingrid coming up to the stage to welcome us to Whadjuk Noongar Boodja. Ingrid also wears many hats. And in this instance, she's a published author and a TEDx alumni, amongst many other things. In addition to her other roles, Ingrid is the founder of Cart Court Wern, a business offering Master of Ceremony services, keynote presentations, and of course, a deadly welcome to country. Please welcome Ingrid.
Kaya mamin yoga bal ya kuling kopper wirin jening yira ngang nuna wa jenjeng ku kopper de buja nija makaru nija kepa ya kuling wa ngang ku kop nuna nining ngang mutang kop nuna nining nija borolu wajak nyunga buja ngang buja nuna buja jenjeng ku dabakan nija kopper de buja. Pretty good, eh? I like to do it with a really salty voice as well. In language, the particular language of Noongar Nation is Whadjuk dialect, which is the dialect of this beautiful area we love to call Boorloo. And I said my heart and my ancestors' hearts are happy to see all of us sitting here together on not just our country, but our collective country, as we all walk very softly but strongly together to look after this place in the beautiful season of the winter as the beautiful rains come to heal us and to strengthen us in our journeys going forward. My Nyunga name is actually Ngulyak, and the Ngulyak is the Carnaby cockatoo, the bringer of the rain. You're welcome. Which is funny because I've travelled to Albuquerque recently, and all the First Nations Mum I met with, they said 40-year drought in New Mexico. The lady who said she's the bringer of the rain comes into town, and it's Tornado City since. So clearly I've got the Mubbarn. And I'm really happy here today on behalf of my elders, the ones from the past, the ones that are here now, and to the emerging future leadership to have the honour to do Welcome to Country, or Wadju Buja. So to any other Nyungas or First Nations mob in the room, can I please acknowledge you, your ancestors and your connections, and to our wonderful allies, all I can say is now more than ever. Really lovely to have you on the journey of reconciliation. Being a very special week, Reconciliation Week, I obviously won't be sticking around because I've got about 1,300 other speaking arrangements to get to. It's a very busy week. But what I will say is I love the theme and the circular economy, and I would dare say on Nyunga country, the reconnection with the circular economy. That's always been a part of our narrative. And I was sharing with brother, I love how you're like, I'm Josh Ben. We know who you are. You're famous. I said hello to you once at a pub in Free. My friend goes, do you know him? I'm like, yeah, he's my friend. Claiming like. So try not to fangirl when you're around. But I was telling brother before, been doing some different projects around the importance of this beautiful expanse here, the Derby Errigan or the estuary, and being reminded of sometimes I think we know everything and we're like really, happy and confident in our careers and what we've known, but the elders always tell us that you're always learning. That knowledge is a lifelong journey. So with this theme, I guess it's all about, there's a whole bunch of people in here we may have never heard of that could really share some interesting and insightful stuff in the collective work we do. I learnt that the Yargan, over the last couple of weeks, or the swamp tortoise, actually was an edible source here on the river. But the story I was told by the Wadandi elders was they used to dive for the old people to get them because they were like a delicacy. So the uruk, or the eggs, we would eat. But I didn't realise we actually did eat the tortoise itself. But apparently the smell was so awful that the elder that's talked to me said, I can't believe that you guys eat this. The smell of it is absolutely disgusting. And the elder said, see, nidja mol, you are Wangiwa. Your nose is lying to you, it's telling you karakara, it's telling you lies, it's beautiful. And you could only eat that, you could only eat the uruk and you could only eat the turtle at certain times of the year, otherwise it wouldn't be sustainable. So in that beautiful narrative of sustainability, there's so many stories here in the Derby Errigan, there's so many stories across the country that our First Nations people would love to be a part of helping reconnecting with that circular economy. So I hope that's a strong theme for you today. And I made a lovely ceremonial rope, and it was made, it's a very old traditional process, but I made it with Western materials because there's more of that than there is of the old yanjit or the beautiful sedge rushes that are along this beautiful part. So, brother, I'm going to put this up here because you're the MC, right? So you're the big, what do you call it? The kumba da, the big mouth, or the big talker for the day. So that's there for you, brother, in the colours of those beautiful sedge rushes, and to the wonderful work that you've done yourself in this space for many years, and with our mob too, very respectfully and beautifully. So I'll honour you by putting that there. The protection and the strength that you absolutely don't need, but I'll give it to you anyway. So Wanju Nitja Nyunga Buja, everybody, welcome to beautiful Nyunga country. Know that the old fellas are all looking over all of us, as we all are the carers of everything. So our collective knowledges together will certainly make the beautiful future we would like to see. So Wula Wula, celebrations, Wanju Wanju, and welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, good on you, mate. Okay. I was just clarifying with Ingrid that I should put this on and wear it for the day on behalf of all of us, which I will do. Thank you, Ingrid, for a very warm, generous and insightful welcome to country, as always. I now invite the Honourable Shelley Payne, MLC, Member for the Agricultural Region, to the stage, who will be introduced by Heather Brayford, the Director-General, Department of Primary Industry and Regional Development.
Thank you very much, Josh, and good morning, everybody. I'll come back and say a few words in a moment, but I would like to especially thank Ingrid for that very special welcome to country. It is a very important week this week, and so I'm really pleased that Ingrid could find time to come and welcome us today, so it is very, very much appreciated. It is with much pleasure that I welcome the Honourable Shelley Payne, Member for the Agriculture Region, to officially open Turning the Dial. I know that Shelley and I walked in together, and I have to say Shelley was very expressed her excitement and her real privilege about being here today and having a look at the events outside and also what was going to happen today. So thank you very much, Shelley. Look forward to your opening.
Thank you, Heather, for the introduction. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Minister for Agriculture and Food, the Honourable Jackie Jarvis, MLC, welcome to Turning the Dial 2024. I too would like to thank Ingrid for her lovely welcome to country this morning, as well as acknowledge Reconciliation Week. I'd also first like to acknowledge a few key people from our government who I know who are working really hard to deliver a range of programs and initiatives across a number of industries, including the food and beverage industry. So Heather Brayford, who introduced me, the Director General for the Department of Primary Industries and Regional Development. Emily Briggs, who's the Deputy Director General for Climate and Sustainability at the Department of Water and Environmental Regulation. Her colleague Liam O'Connell, who's Executive Director of Statewide Delivery, and also Pat Page, who's Acting Executive Director for Agribusiness, Food and Trade at DPIRD. So my name's Shelley Payne, and I'm one of Minister Jarvis's colleagues in the Legislative Council. I'm member for the Agriculture Region, and I'm based down in Esperance. The Minister does pass on her sincere apologies for this morning, as unfortunately she had another engagement, but I'm very pleased to be here on her behalf, and I'm proud to be part of this event for many reasons, not to mention my background in engineering and environmental management. So this is really exciting, all this stuff for me, and very pleased to see the commitment that our government is making in this area. Please accept my apologies, though, for not being able to remain here for the rest of the day. Actually, Parliament is sitting this week, so I've got to rush off after my speech shortly. So Turning the Dial, it's the flagship sustainability event for the Western Australian food and beverage manufacturing sector, and this is the second year that this event has been held. So thank you to all of you who have come back again for our second year, and a big welcome to new participants today, especially those that have travelled from over east. Today, you'll hear from industry leaders and innovators, engage with exhibitors, make new connections, and deepen your understanding of how to accelerate the uptake and implementation of sustainability initiatives. Such learnings are necessary because of the complexity of the food and beverage manufacturing landscape, and because also market and customer access is increasingly being influenced by sustainability and accountability. So, forums such as Turning the Dial are really crucial for a range of reasons, and this is including our complicated supply chains, the distance we have to our markets, the interruptions we've seen to transport, such as we saw through COVID, the labor supply challenges that we're all having now, regardless of where you live in the state, our need to reduce waste, really accessing cost-effective sustainable packaging options is also an issue, increasing pressures on the cost of doing business and the cost of living, and of course climate change. The need to collaborate is a message often associated with supporting food and beverage manufacturing businesses and becoming more sustainable. So the presenters and exhibitors gathered here today are really important partners, and they're here to help guide and navigate this landscape, and I want to thank them for their contribution today. The WA government is also an important partner, and we're not just supporting this industry, but where appropriate, we're really helping where we can to lead the way by delivering industry-focused events such as today's Turning the Dial. For us to support the sustainability of the food and beverage manufacturing sector, not only are we required to understand your industry, but it's also necessary for us to have a really perspective looking beyond just food and beverage. So in addition to supporting events such as this, the state government is really continuing to implement sustainability initiatives that contribute to the broader agenda of reducing emissions. And our focus is wider than just the food and beverage industry, ensuring that we'll really be able to influence the trajectory of climate change. In addition to the networking that you will do today and the presenters and exhibitors that you will see, I really encourage you to become familiar with the services and a lot of the support programs that are provided by DPIRD. There's a lot of great programs, such as our value-adding investment grants, which we have both a feasibility stream and a capital investment stream. We also have an agri-food and beverage voucher program. The voucher program has a dedicated sustainability category that has proven to be an effective avenue for businesses to incorporate sustainability initiatives into their enterprises. We're also doing a big investment into regional WA, and we've just announced another round of our regional economic development grants. So if any of you are based in the regions, $10 million is available to help support and diversify businesses in the regions. And there have been a number of successful recipients in the food and beverage industry. And if I give you one example, because I've just talked to Josh and he was brought up in Esperance. In Esperance, before we came to government in 2017, we didn't have a brewery, we didn't have a gin distillery, we didn't have this amazing bakery called Bread Local, and through the REDS grants, we've got a fantastic venue for a brewery now, the Lucky Bay Brewery. We've got the Esperance Gin Distillery, which is a fantastic, we helped them get a new still, as well as Bread Local. If you haven't been there in Esperance, a fantastic bakery. We helped them get a power upgrade so they can have a coffee machine and some toilets. So these regional economic development grants are really great for any businesses in the regions. And as I said, they've supported a number of food and beverage manufacturing industries as well. We've also got the Small Business Development Corporation, which is celebrating 40 years this year, and they are fantastic at giving a lot of free advice and support to small businesses. I was really pleased to see Eric Billerill from Nork Solutions on the agenda for today. I first met Nork Solutions back in 2022 when they participated in another one of DPIRD's programs, which is called the AgriStart Harvest Accelerator Program. So it's an ag tech business program for businesses looking to innovate in the ag tech industry. It's supported by DPIRD. It's now in its 7th year, and it's helped over 70 agribusinesses overcome barriers on their path to commercialization. Nork was also recently successful in receiving an Innovation Booster Grant, which will help with the engineering design for commercializing their innovative food-to-waste livestock feed machinery. So the Innovation Booster Grant is part of our New Industries Fund, which is really helping to attract investment and promote economic diversification in our state. I'd also like to commend another business that has made some progress since last year's event, which is Adarsh and Faz Pollard, who was here last year. And not only then, which he talked about his plans to produce packaging from waste paper and pulp waste. And he's now established his waste-to-product facility here in WA and producing commercial qualities of compostable packaging. So congratulations, Faz, and I've seen some samples outside today. And I wanted to also just commend Profile Packaging. And I remember back in 2022 being so excited in Esperance when I could first buy my cherry tomatoes in a cardboard container rather than plastic. So there's a lot of great initiatives, and along with our government support programs, this will all positively contribute to a more sustainable manufacturing landscape in WA. Our state government is actually leading the nation with our plan for plastics, which is really reducing consumer plastic waste, and it will be really great to see more innovation in sustainable packaging for the food industry as well. I want to congratulate all of you here today. I know that you're in this room because you not only care about the health of the planet, but also because you're early adopters and innovators and sustainability leaders. So today, Turning the Dial, it really demonstrates state government's willingness to assist industry to meet challenges and provides a platform to proactively encourage sustainability discussion and action in one of WA's most important sector. WA produces so much high-quality food and beverage products, and we have so much potential for sharing more of it with the world. So, whilst also, with your help, meeting the ever-increasing consumer demands for more sustainable products. I'd like to thank the team at DPIRD for their work putting today's event together, as well as all their hard work through supporting both our important agricultural industry and also our food and beverage manufacturing industry. So with much pleasure that I declare Turning the Dial 2024 open, and I wish you all a successful day, and I look forward to hearing your key takeaways.
Thank you so much, Shelley, and thank you for those very kind words. Again, welcome everybody. It's great to see you here today, and thank you for attending Turning the Dial, an event that supports food and beverage manufacturing businesses in the adoption of sustainable practices. I too wish to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the country in which we meet today, the Whadjuk Noongar people, and pay respects to elders past and present, and extend those respects to all First Nations people in the room today and across Western Australia. I would also like to acknowledge that it is National Reconciliation Week, with this year's theme being Now More Than Ever. And now more than ever, it's essential that we stand together and recognise and support Aboriginal people to build a better future for all West Australians and all Australians. So thank you very much. It's also great to hear the words from Ingrid and the work that the Aboriginal enterprises are also doing in Western Australia, and there may well be some here today, such as Gather Food. So it's great that we can work together to really move forward on the sustainability journey. I'd just like to mention that a few weeks ago I had the pleasure of being in Copenhagen and Aarhus for a circularity tour, and it was quite mind-blowing to see the commitment to sustainability right through the supply chain in Denmark and the collaboration across sectors. So to be here today and to see the words circular economy as part of the Turning the Dial gives me great pleasure. I think we've got a long way to go from what I've seen in Denmark, but we all need to take steps and actions again to build that sustainable future. So it's great to have you all here, and as Shelley said, it shows your commitment to long-term sustainability. I'm confident today that there will be many practical tips and recommendations for you to apply to your businesses and to make some important connections and to have a positive impact on you moving forward. The Honourable Shelley Payne mentioned some of the initiatives of government, things like the Value Add Investment Grants and the Food and Beverage Voucher Program. The DPIRD team is well represented here today, so please feel free to ask questions about how you might participate in any of those programs. We also offer meaningful support in the department around a suite of other sustainability-related initiatives, some of which you'll hear about today. One of these is a food waste transformation project, a collaboration with End Food Waste Cooperative Research Centre, Curtin University and DPIRD. We also support industry with capability development programs around things like decarbonisation and also climate reporting, which, as you know, is growing in importance and need across Australia and internationally. But there's some work we've been doing in gaining and disseminating sustainable packing options and packaging options that I wish to highlight. Last month, a group of WA food and beverage exporters exhibited their wares at Food Hotel Asia, Food and Beverage Singapore. For those unfamiliar with this event, it's a large event attracting more than 72,000 attendees, so 72,000, and almost 1,700 exhibitors. Those numbers are fairly mind-blowing. Not surprisingly, sustainability was a key theme for the event. With 91 countries represented at Food Hotel Asia, each showcasing a wide range of food and beverage products, we were encouraged by the intelligence we gained on the trip and how those ideas would benefit and could benefit WA businesses. I am encouraged by the leadership shown by WA food and beverage manufacturing businesses, and I think Shelley mentioned that as well, that are seeking sustainable packaging solutions. Your desire to adopt more sustainable packaging is a key driver in creating change and part of the sustainability agenda. I therefore thank all presenters, panellists, moderators and exhibitors today, and all attendees for your participation in Turning the Dial. Your support is very much appreciated. I would also like to express my thanks to the DPIRD team and their contribution to bringing this event to life. It's not easy. I know how much work goes into these events, so thank you so very much to Team DPIRD. On behalf of DPIRD, I wish each and every one of you an enjoyable day of learning, networking. Thank you also, Josh, and I look forward to seeing you all next year. Thank you very much.